Hey, it's Medium Jenny Lee, and I'm here on vacation. We made it to Kiptopeke State Park at the eastern shore of Virginia. We had to go across one of the largest tunnel bridges in the world, the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. And here is our lodge. This is where we're staying for the next 6 days. How exciting! And our doggy's so happy. Hey, Venus! He's deaf. He's old. Let's go check it out. When we first pulled up, there was a deer standing right by the tree, and there was a bunch of other deer in the brush over here. So that was really cool. There's the wanderer. Here's the view from the lodge. Kind of secluded. Kind of neat. All right, here we go. Dining room, living room, my mom, kitchen, there's a checkerboard, no television. It's amazing. Got a fishy on the wall. I always wanted to stay somewhere that had a fish on the wall. Got 2 bedrooms here. A gigantic wheelchair accessible bathroom. Not that we have a wheelchair. Another bedroom here. Oh, my poor doggy. He got so wore out in the car. He's so old. Here's the back porch. I can't decide where I want to drink my coffee in the morning, whether it should be the front porch rocking chairs or the back porch rocking chairs. Probably the back porch. It's really pretty out here. We got a little fire pit, picnic table, grill. Can't wait to see some critters out here, more critters. Gorgeous. Did you drink some water, pups? Are you guys playing checkers already? And then down here, there's like a whole bunch more bedrooms. We don't have nearly enough people to fill up this place. There's a bedroom. A bedroom. Bathroom.
I got towels. Don't get your towels.
Another bathroom. Hi, Scarlett. There's another bedroom.
Mom, there's no towels in there.
Grandma's gonna get you one. Another bedroom. Hey. So many bedrooms. So many beds. We couldn't fill up all these beds even if we tried. So yeah, that's our lodge, Kiptopeke. Excited! Beach tomorrow. Super nerd time. Not doing tarot cards. Magic cards. Nerds. Hey, it's our first full day here at the Kiptopeke State Park on our vacation. Going for a walk down the trail here. Somewhere there is a playground, and that is where we are trying to find. There's our pretty lodge.
Now what you doing now?
Got the doggy with us. Our poor doggy. The floors are so slick and slippery, and he's an old man. He's having a hard time getting up off the floor. It's so pretty through here, all these purple flowers.
Yeah, I like wildflowers. I like buttercup flowers.
Seen a lot of butterflies already. We did a look for UFOs last night for a while, but it was cloudy. You couldn't even see the stars.
Yeah.
So we will reconvene when we find the playground. We found some deer prints. How exciting. Going down the trail. So pretty.
Look, I found it!
We found the playground. And we've got it all to ourselves. Maybe. There are some people walking over. Yay, the playground. Got some picnic areas. Pretty magnolia trees. Oh, the lookout's over here too. I have to go look out. We might have to go look out. Look out at the lookout. Sure. At the overlook, the bird overlook, looking for birds. We've seen the biggest seagulls we've ever seen before. Some golden finches. What else do we see? Some sort of flock of something of probably geese because they were in a bee. Seen some butterflies, dragonflies. There's some vultures over there circling around way up high. Are you pretending like you're the dog? Hey, we're in the town of Cape Charles. Somehow I forgot to take a video of when we went to the beach earlier today. So now we're doing some shopping. We got entirely too much candy from the candy shop. There's a cool little train car. I think you can stay in it maybe, or maybe not. Maybe it's just sitting there. It's the harbor. Town. Let's go walk around some more. That's an angel. Little angel. Hey. So I'm getting ready to do a little painting out on the porch. Got my apron on. Got my paint stuff ready, set up. Doggy's out here with me. So right now the sun is on the back porch and it's actually kind of warm. So I think I'm going to paint in the front, but there's not a great view out here. But there is some really beautiful flowers. So I think I might do a little still life action here. There's these beautiful purple flowers, and I have no idea what they are, but I want to paint them. Look how pretty they are. Oh, there's a bumblebee. Hello, bumblebee bee. So I'm going to take some of these flowers here to find a good little clump. There's also some milkweed. I don't think I want to paint the milkweed. Let's see. Oh, goodness. I just want one. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go take this up to the porch and see what I can't do. Make a little painting. Got my canvas out and my paints are ready. Got my flowers. My doggy. So nice out here. Listen to the birds. So peaceful. So I've gotten a base background color on here. If you're not familiar, the fact that yellow and purple are complementary colors. That's why I did this golden yellowy color mixed with some white. Gonna let it dry for a little while so then I can start painting the flowers. We're going to be cooking out some hamburgers. We got some beer and the men bought some bourbon. I don't know how that's gonna go. Could be fun and could not be fun. The beach today was very nice. It's on the Chesapeake Bay, so it's not the ocean side, it's the bay side, and it's a little calmer. I didn't have to worry about my little one in the water getting washed away in the riptide or something. It was very pleasant. The water was very cold. Oh god, it was so cold. But it was nice. And there's all these really cute little crabs that would come up out of the sand and like run around and then run back to their hole, and I took probably 100 photographs of just the crabs. Eventually they'll make it onto the computer, and eventually probably at least one of them will end up in my Etsy shop, my widow photo Etsy shop. It's taken me, it's been taking me almost a year out to edit my photographs on my camera, my digital SLR camera. I used to be able to edit them the same day, but that was when I only had one small child or a small child and a baby. And now I have 3 children, and that's just not possible. I've had some interesting paranormal things happen here so far. This morning I was sitting on the back porch drinking my coffee, reading my book, and I looked over to my left, and in my mind I saw a spirit of a younger boy, maybe 10, 11, 12, peeking around the corner at me. And at first I was just like, oh, it's probably just my imagination. But then I was like, no. So in my mind, I talked back to him, and, I told him hello, and, I could see him in my mind, that I couldn't see him with my eyes, but I could see him with my mind, and that it was fine that he was here, and that he didn't have to hide, but it would be better if he stayed outside. He could come over to the porch, but I didn't really have any other interactions with him yet. And then when we first got here and we were walking around the yard, I was out in the backyard by myself, where it's like very secluded, and it's all kind of woods and stuff back there. And I don't know, I felt like I was feeling the spirit of the land, and I just told it that I was here to enjoy all that I had to offer respectfully, and be a part of this beautiful nature. So that was kind of weird. And then I had a weird mediumistic thing happen today. We went over to the camp store. It's a little camp store by the beach area, and there's an old bicycle that they have up as like a decoration, and all of a sudden I asked my mom, did your dad used to ride a bicycle? And she was like, all the time. He rode a bicycle all the time, and he bought bicycles for all of us. And I was like, did he ride one like that? And she's like, yeah. And it was just so weird, because that's the second time this week that he has unexpectedly popped into my mind. And I didn't know my grandfather very well. He died when I was about 8. But he's always been a big influence for me because he was an artist, and we always had his art in our home. I have his art in my home now still, and you know, being around his art for my childhood, and my mom always talking about his art, definitely influenced me to be an artist. So I think because I've been now incorporating my art into the spiritual work, he might be making himself a little more known. I mean, I feel him around a lot, and he's talked to me quite often, and he's actually shown me some really cool stuff, but I think that's probably why he's here recently. And this is off topic, but there is like the most adorable park ranger lady here. She's probably she's like older than dirt. She's at least got to be in her 80s, I would say. She's really tiny, like short, and small, petite, and she looks like a little bird. And she's just, I just really love her already. She was in the office when we checked in, and you know, my mom was checking in, and she's like, "Have you ever been here before?" And mom's like, "No, ma'am," and she leads us out to the door, and she's like, "Will you come out of my parking lot?" I was like, this is my parking lot. She owns the whole place, apparently. And I just thought it was adorable. And I just had this feeling when she said that one day when this lady passes on to the other side, she's still going to be here. You know, like she's going to be a ghost person, a spirit person who's still going to be watching over this park. Absolutely. 100%. No question. And then today when we came back in the park from going out to the town, she was at the gate, and there was a van in front of us from California. When we, because you know we're in Virginia, and when we pulled through, my window was down to like make sure she saw our pass and all that, and she was like, "They're a long way from home." I was like, yeah. A very, very long way from home. It's like some lady in a giant beach hat, like peering out of the car at me as she drove by. She's probably wondering if this was their lodge. No, clearly it's not, because there's people, and there's a person and a dog sitting on the porch, a woman. Anyway, I'm gonna check on my paint and see if I can start painting my flowers. So here's my position of the flowers. I've been holding it, and this is how far I've gotten so far. Put in the purples, or most of the purples, and the green stem. So I need to work on the white parts, and the stem needs some work because right now it's just a green line. But it's really nice sitting out here and listening to the birds, and the temperature couldn't be more perfect. And the bumblebees are flying around, and there's a slight breeze, and it's just really peaceful. Well, I think I might be just about done with this. I started out painting it this way, and then as I was finishing it up, I think it looks better this way. Definitely not my best painting, but it was fun. I started out trying to paint it as close to life as possible, and then I just kind of had to start putting in stuff that I thought looked okay. That's usually what happens to me. But yeah, I think I'm happy with it. It's not a masterpiece, but it's alright. So that's gonna conclude my painting for the day. I need to get cleaned up so we can eat some burgers. Cheeseburgers. Tomorrow, I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. Tomorrow is Frost Giant's birthday. China the Frost's birthday. So we'll be doing some birthday stuff, and hopefully he'll have a nice day.
It looks like a fishing pool, Mom.
Fire pit and s'mores time. You're gonna catch a s'more here in a minute.
Of course. Put some more stuff on. I can't. Don't look at me.
Good morning. Me and Scarlett are going for a walk. It's Frost Giant's birthday. Ooh, there's a cardinal. And butterflies.
Hi.
Hi. Did you see that beautiful red cardinal that just flew over there?
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
Wow.
So today is Frost Giant's birthday. He doesn't know it yet, neither does everybody else, because pretty much everybody's still asleep. But I bought tickets to go see Top Gun. We have to drive to Virginia Beach. So we have to go back across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel. And it's at 12 o'clock. And we probably need to leave at 11 because I had to get there early, and it takes about 30 minutes to get there. So it's almost 9 o'clock already. Andy wanted breakfast. It's hard to do all these things when everybody's still sleeping. But I think we'll make it work. There's another cardinal over there, I can tell. It shall all work out, and we're gonna have a fun day.
Yeah.
Maybe go back to the beach later, right?
And I can swim.
All right, we're heading down to the pond trail this time. Supposedly there's a pond over here, so we're gonna go check that out. Putt-putting. Woo-hoo!
That's off. Oh, I'm in front of you guys though.
That's the best shot.
Grandma's turn.
Oh!
Grandpa's go. Oh, they're like all in the same place. Hey, didn't do a lot of vlogging today. Not much yesterday either. Yesterday we went and saw Top Gun. We played mini golf. We went to a very expensive seafood restaurant called Captain George's. All of that was in Virginia Beach. It was also Frost Giant's birthday. And today we drove about an hour and a half north to Chincoteague and Assateague, which is where the wild horses are. And I'd always wanted to see them. Always wanted to go there. And we got to go swimming in the ocean, Atlantic Ocean. And we got to see the horses. They're their own breed of horses left over from sometime in the 1700s, 1600s. They're not really, nobody's really sure how they got there, where they came from. There's a lot of speculation, but got to see them. A little bit smaller than a regular horse. They have much shorter necks. Wild ponies. We like to call them ponies because they're smaller, but they're really horses. And there was 2 little groups of them out along the roadside as we were driving to the beach. And it was amazing. What else? So we have this kitten at home who is about a year old now, and she hadn't been left home by herself at all. And we have a neighbor going to check on her and stuff, but I had been very apprehensive about leaving her at home, and sad that she was going to be lonely for all this time. And last night I had a dream that a cat came and laid down on me and snuggled up with me. And at first I thought it was her, but it wasn't. It was one of our cats who is deceased, and I know that it was him really there, comforting me, letting me know that it's okay, that she's home by herself, and it was just really nice, because I know that he's with me a lot. Like, other people have seen him with me. I've seen him actually during an exercise, one of my very first medium classes. We were supposed to meet one of our spirit guides, and it was him. And so I got a visitation dream last night from my kitty cat, and it was wonderful. So Monday's just about over. I'm sitting out here on the porch listening to the birds and reading my book, which is also about ghosts and demon possession in 1700s Virginia. Look for a woo-woo book review of that soon. Tomorrow, I think we're just staying around here. We're gonna go back to the beach, the Bay Beach, which is way less scary with a 6-year-old. The ocean beach today was rough and nerve-wracking, but the bay is much calmer, and she can go out there by herself and I don't have to worry so much. Oh, dragonfly! They're the craziest dragonflies here. They have half black wings, and the half black part is close to their bodies, so it makes their bodies look like they're 3 times as wide as they actually are. It's kind of weird. Anyway, so maybe tomorrow I'll actually try to do a little vlog at the beach itself, so you can see the bay. No promises.
What are you doing? I think it went up my nose. I don't know. We're having fun.
Hey, just woke up. I had a really weird dream that my brain was trying to remember the whole night long so that I would remember it when I woke up. And before I start really doing stuff for the day, I thought I would try to remember it now. Walking the dog, and he's eating some plants. I guess he needs some greens. Okay, so I had this dream that I was in this house that was in an old neighborhood that I kind of lived in when I was a kid. The neighborhood I spent a lot of time in as a kid. And we were in the house because we were thinking about buying it. Which in real life, we are thinking about maybe moving back to where I grew up as a kid. There's this man. I don't know. You know how dreams are. Things skip around and move in time, and I don't know. There's this man. He's a black man, but his skin was very reddish, like a dark, like a ruddy kind of like earthy reddish brown color. On the top half of his face. The bottom half of his face, he had a white beard. So it was almost, but it was like close. It was close to his skin. Like it wasn't like a big bushy beard. So it was kind of like half of his face was red and half of it was white. And he was older to the point where he was kind of wrinkly. And he was friendly. Like time was skipping around. And because it was like he was there with me in my time. Then all of a sudden I was in his time. So basically it was like when I saw him at first, he was in spirit in my time. But then I went back to his time, but it was like it had already happened. And essentially what I'm trying to get at as I ramble through this, trying to make sense of this dream, is what I felt and knew about this man was that in the dream, he was one of my spirit guides now in this life. But at some point, I had come to him in spirit in his time before I came into this life. So I don't know if that means like I was his guide in his time, but now he's my guide in my time. You know, this was just a dream, so I don't know if it was for real. Anyway, there were some other things that it was the 70s. And in the dream, I thought it was the 1970s, which I was born in 1981, so I wasn't alive in this life in the 70s. But there was something about him that makes me think that it was not the 1970s. Because there's something about him being a metal worker, like a metalsmith, like working with like a forge and a hammer and an anvil and all this stuff. Which, you know, people still do that now, so, but he had this feeling of more like being from like the 1870s, which I'm pretty sure I know who I was in my last life. Like I actually know like really who she was, like historically. Not that she's like this important historical figure or anything, like not saying that. But I'm pretty sure I know the person that I was in my last life, and she was born in 1890. So if he was alive in the 1870s, then that's very possible. If this is real. Which, you know, if he was in the 1870s, then that means he was like a slave. If he was in the United States, or pretty much anywhere on this part of the world. So I don't know. It's really confusing. Anyway, he told me what his name was, and it's a weird name, and I didn't even know if it was really a name, but I looked it up, and it's a last name, Horoth Hannell, Horoath, Horoth, and then Hannell, Hanil. And those two together, when I did a Google search, nothing comes up, like it wants to change it to something else. And then I looked up Horace Hannell, but that's not right. Like, it's not Horace. And then I looked up Horoth, just the name Horoth, and that actually is a last name. But if this was actually a real person from the 1800s and he was a black man, then there's not really going to be records of him anyway, most likely. But on the other hand, I am reading a book right now that takes place in the 1700s in Virginia. It has slaves in it. And, you know, so I don't know if this was just my brain making up a bunch of stuff, because, you know, that's what our brains like to do when we're asleep. But there was something so important about this dream that while I was asleep the whole rest of the night, I was like, I have to remember what his name is, I have to remember what his name is, I have to remember what his name is. And now I'm trying to make sense of it. So it was either a dream, just a dream, or it was something else that I'm not sure of yet. So I don't know. Maybe let's do some research into a black man named Horoth Hannell. Let me know. Either, or, you know, whatever. I need some coffee. I think it's our last day of vacation at Kiptopeke State Park. I hadn't made it to the water with the phone yet to make a video, so here I am. We're on the fishing pier, and they have these old concrete boats that are from the World War II, help block the waves. And so the swimming beach we've been at is over there. The water's very still today. Yesterday was kind of windy. You can fish over here, which we were thinking about fishing, but we don't have all the proper fishing gear for such. Today we're doing a puzzle, taking it easy. Everybody's sunburnt, and tomorrow we head back home. Chesapeake Bay. Peace.
And then I ran away, singing my song. And then you were calling me, but I
What do you see, pups? Oh, he's running after a bird. You think you're gonna get that vulture? You think you're gonna get that vulture?
And then you ran away, eating and singing your song.
What are you doing, pups? You thought you was gonna get it?
But now you're singing
Hey.
the marshmallow.